Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome to Diffraction. This is a game by Melodramatic, and it was released for the Otome Jam, which I believe was about a week ago. And I'm kind of late to playing this. I downloaded it then, and I haven't really touched it since then just because I have other things going on. But this is an Otome game, as I said, because it's part of the Otome Jam. Never really played an Otome game. I know they're generally geared more towards women because it's kind of like the opposite of like a harem, and it's like one girl and a bunch of guys. So I don't usually play those type of games. I'm gonna be honest, they're not really something I'm very familiar with. But this one looked like it had great art. It gave me kind of like a Korean kind of style. When I looked at it, I'm like, this is like a K drama to me. And I'm not like the hugest fan of K dramas. I do watch some, but it intrigued me enough to want to play it. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what it's like. It's about 20 minutes, they said, for a single playthrough. And I think there's different options, so I might try to get some of those. But I'm not gonna promise I'll get all of them. But let's go ahead and jump into it. My name is press to complete. I'm just gonna keep it as April because that's I, I don't really need to just put in my name. It's a girl, so I'll leave Fane in your capable hands. All right, all right. Okay, I really hope that's how you pronounce that, as Fane, because I'm gonna feel really bad if it's not. I gotta go, or I'll lose the duck. Okay. What? You can't. And he's already gone. Figures. We came all the way up a mountain and he abandons us to go on a literal wild goose chase. Hey Fane, are you okay with this? I think it was a wild duck chase. A wild... That's not really the point here. What is the point then? Never mind, you don't have a camera, right? Are you just using your phone or something? I'm okay without anything, I'll just watch you. Oh, why are you taking a picture of me? Because you have to participate somehow here. How are you going to learn to be a famous photographer at this rate? I don't take pictures, though. Maybe you don't, but I do. I'll be a super famous photographer one day. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Are you trying to make fun of me? No, I think you could do it. Oh. What if I said I wanted to be a well-known influencer, too? You'll do amazing for sure. What if I wanted to be a T-Rex? I heard they sell those blow-up dinosaur costumes in the next town over. Oh, jeez. Miss April. Miss April. Huh? Are you alright? Ah, stupid, why am I daydreaming at a time like this? Oh gosh, there's already a bunch of choices. Pretend you were listening, apologize to her to repeat yourself, or ask who she is. I'm just gonna ask who she... No, we'll just do the first one, because I'd like to do the first, so that way I can, like, make different decisions. I want to see what different dialogue I can get. Or could you repeat yourself? As I was saying, we currently can't afford to invest in anyone without at least 3 years of relevant work experience. The woman vaguely flips through my portfolio. It's clear based on how quickly she turns each page that she's barely taking anything in. Now, that isn't to say that your work isn't good. You might even be a good fit for our company once you get some experience. But unfortunately, 3 years of personal social media work isn't quite our standard for experience. I understand. Of course, it's not like I haven't heard that one before. You know, I'd be quite happy to give you a chance despite your bland, boring portfolio. Wow, okay. But you need to want it, to have passion for it. Our biggest clients are all very tasteful, cultured body shots of themselves, and we are a discreet studio dedicated to art. You're just not convincing right now with all the social media nonsense. We can't just take on someone who's done nothing but play around online over the last few years. If you're that good, you should start figuring out how to get some solid marketable skills and add some culture to your portfolio. No thanks. Well, your portfolio is excellent. Wait, what? She's so surprised. Yes, I think I could definitely offer you a place in our internship program. Really? We can't pay you, of course, but you get a whole lot of exposure and work experience. Should have known. So how about it? I'm sure we can make it worth your while. I'll give it some thought, thanks. Yeah, that they just want some free work right there. No, nothing but rejections. I was told applying at job fairs was supposed to be easier, but that's not true at all. At least email rejections aren't as brutal. This was such a waste of time. I should just steer clear of Mr. Cultured Photos booth as much as possible. Another day, another disappointment, I guess. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Great, my butt. I wonder what that boy would think if he saw me here today. Would he still think I'm doing great? What a silly thought. Thinking about some kid after all this time, but if it's a bit sad. I remember what he said perfectly, but I can't remember his name. I swear it started with an F, right? We're talking about Fane? Was it Fang? No, I think it could have been Frank. Maybe it was more of a Finn. Wait. Oh, who is this guy? Isn't that Fane? I thought the other guy was Fane. Is this guy Fane? The quiet exclamation is lost in the noisy crowd as a sudden flicker of an all too familiar face in the distance. Without realizing, I take a few steps forward. Can't be. Fane? Why is he here? Where's he been? Did he look different? A million questions surface, but before there's time to think about any of them, I am already running after him. The crowd around me blurs while my focus stays on the spot he last stood. Only in the rush I've forgotten to look where I was going. Oh, okay, so the other guy was Fane, and I gotta figure out who this one is. Watch it. The man I collided with utters a panicked curse as his things clatter to the ground around him. All these pretty boy Korean-looking guys. I can't compete with that. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to... I don't look like this, okay? Most guys do not look this good, okay? Can't do anything about it. You startled people nearby also quickly back away, eyeing us with a mixture of surprise and concern. There's no time to worry about this. I have to get up. I sweep up my dropped portfolio and ready myself to run once more when... what just cracked? That doesn't sound good. That was either a back, a phone, or a pencil. It can only be one of those three. Ah, crap. Told you. There, beneath my shoe, lies a very shiny, very new-looking, very broken, beyond repair smartphone. Gosh. Oh my gosh, look how many options there is. Do these all make something completely different happen? Like, how long is this game? It said 20 minutes for a playthrough, but what if each one of these like makes a drastically different decision? Like, how would I even complete all that? Don't want to keep running, apologize, then run after Fane, stand around awkwardly, stop and apologize to a stranger, attempt to make amends. It depends. Do I want to go after Fane or I want to go after this guy? Who do you think April would like better? I don't know. I feel like she likes Fane, okay? But this guy, he's kind of good looking too. Let's stop and apologize. How about that? In an instant, all thoughts of pursuing Fane had slipped from my mind in the face of this new scenario. Meeting the stranger's gaze, I quickly removed my shoe from his phone. I'm so sorry, let me help you. Without even waiting for confirmation, I moved to help him gather his belongings, which luckily hadn't scattered too far. Meanwhile, without so much as looking at me, he began to frantically press the buttons of his shattered phone, all while clutching the device as though it was an injured child. Come on, please be alive. Nervously, I look at the screen, silently hoping it might be somewhat less damaged than it looks. Yeah, I don't think so. That thing was smashed. Well, either way, I don't have money to fix this. After a few more failures, he finally lowers his hands. It's no good, it's dead. Standing up, he picks the items I returned to him earlier. Sliding the phone into his pocket, shifts his full attention towards me. Tell him you don't know what to do. Ask how much money it was. She seems like the kind of person who would ask, even though she knows she doesn't have the kind of money. How much would it cost to buy you a new one? I definitely can't afford it, but it's better to know what I'm working with here at least. Or so I thought. $5,000? What kind of... Do you have the Ferrari phone or something? What do you mean $5,000? What sort of phone costs $5,000? He's got to be messing with me. But then again, his clothes do look kind of expensive. Are you making a joke or something? I've never heard of a phone that costs that much. Nope. Stared at him for a second. Is he really being serious? Oh, I'm sorry, I really don't have that kind of money. Is there any way I can make up for this? You gonna ask her out on a date? Makes a show of thinking for a moment. How about? He begins, but all of a sudden we are interrupted by a shout. Hey, hen, over here. A voice calls out, and a stranger before me instinctively turns to look in the direction the voice is coming from. Two new people emerge from the crowd, a woman clutching a name-brand purse and a boy waving his hand in the air to get our attention. Are they friends of his? You get lost or something, we've been looking all over campus for you. You didn't answer your phone either. Yeah, his phone kind of got the big smashed. Okay, so it says hen with a question mark, so I'm guessing that's a nickname. But I like how they put that there. I really appreciate the little detail, right? Let's look at the two friends here real quick. So we got purple-haired bucket hat guy. Interesting. Okay. I mean, sure, you're a good-looking guy too, I guess. Whatever. You got like Pac-Man on the back of your phone. Interesting. Then we got, let's see, Gucci girl over here. Isn't that like the Gucci logo? Kind of. Not really. And then she's probably got an expensive wallet as well. Interesting. If you guys notice, their eyes are blinking too. So I looked at the profile of the person who made this, and they had no other games on there. So I'm like, is this their first novel, or does each of them? I'm assuming there was multiple people who worked on this. Is this their first project? Like they've never made anything before this, or maybe they have some experience. They just created a new account. I don't know. But this is pretty freaking good. I'll say that, regardless of whether they have experience or not. Like I'm already liking the art, really good. And obviously the dialogue's pretty great too. I mean, I've only just started though. This is a demo anyways, so it's not like it's gonna be a whole lot to it. He holds up his cracked and dead phone in emphasis. Darn, that sucks. I like how his name is Hat Boy. just looked at one feature. He's wearing a hat. Nobody else is. You're Hat Boy. And she's gonna be Gucci girl. Everyone waits a beat to see if Hem will explain what happened, but he doesn't seem to elaborate any further. Simply shrugs. Purse girl. I was gonna say purse girl, but I was like, are they really gonna make it that obvious? Nope, it's just purse girl. I will say April's sprite's cool too. I like how she's got the long pink hair. Like everyone here reminds me very much of like some kind of Korean drama character right now. Only then does the girl seem to notice me. So I wonder, and I don't know if the creator will watch this. Sometimes when I play itch.io games, they'll watch it, and I really appreciate that because that's really cool. Like having the creator of a game watch you play their game. I think that's really cool. But I'm wondering if they're Korean or what they are, because I know some people make very Korean kind of art style, but they're like Indonesian or something like that. They're like from some other kind of Asian country. But I think it's really cool. Like the art gets a thumbs up from me. It's awesome. Only then does the girl seem to notice me. Oh, who's this? Another fan? What is he, like some big star? She seems to study me for a moment. Did I feel offended? No, I'm just the person that broke his phone. A possible new collab. Hand cuts me off suddenly, sending the most suggestive winks to the other two. Must have been enough because they nod understandingly. Wait, what? Collab? What does that mean? Gotcha, we'll head back to the gym, then join us after you're done. Done with what? They're clearly not trying to even include me in this conversation. No one seems to provide further context or anything, though, and the two walk off to the other end of the auditorium. Hen turns back towards me as if nothing just happened, when there was quite a lot there, okay? Alright, let's go. I have the perfect idea. Without so much as waiting for further confirmation, he'd already begun to move, clearly expecting me to follow. Don't go with him until he explains. Don't go with him, leave. It's not like I have much of a choice on whether I want to go or not. Let's just go. We broke his phone, that's the least we can do, okay? I hesitantly follow, walking a few steps behind him. Once he notices me following, Hen half turns and gives me an unreadable look. But he continues walking right after. I really hope I won't regret this. As we silently walk towards the venue exit, I am left alone to imagine what could possibly await me. None of my guesses are particularly reassuring. We exit the venue. He looks around for just a moment, then continues to lead the way to the store. Well, it doesn't seem like he's going to talk to me. Maybe I should talk to him. I could ask about that collab you mentioned earlier. We should ask him about it. I think so. Hey, about that collab you mentioned. What did you mean by a possible new collab? What collab? Oh, the collab between you and me, where you pay for candy and I get candy. This dude just wants some candy. Okay, well, sure. We broke your phone. I think we can buy you a few pieces of candy. That's fine. See, a collaborative effort. He once again continues onwards without even waiting for my response. He's clearly not going to give me a proper answer. He's walking in the right direction, at least. Ooh, there's Pocky. Why are we at the store? Before I can even contemplate what would happen next, Hannah has already wandered off, swiftly vanishing into one of the more distant aisles. Okay, then. I slowly follow after him. Turning the corner, I spot him already crouched in front of a shelf lined with a variety of gummies. Is he seriously making me pay for his candy? He looks up at me as I approach, and immediately extends a selection of packages in my direction, an expectant look on his face. Hold these. I soon find my arms entirely occupied by a large pile of candy. What am I, your shopping cart? With his hands now freed up, he seems to stare at the candy selection seriously for a few moments, apparently torn between a pack of multicolored frog gummies or what appears to be a foreign brand of whale gummies. What do you think, blue whales or tree frogs? It's probably the most serious look I've seen from him so far. This dude's really considering. He's like, do I want whale gummies? Or frog gummies? Very hard decision. Pick one from what he said. Why not both? Doesn't matter which one you choose. Let's just do both. I briefly glanced down at the already ridiculous pile of candy in my arms, wondering why he's suddenly showing some restraint. Can't do that, don't you see? I need to watch my... This dude is just piling candy. No, I can't do both. I need to watch my health. My arms are literally full of candy right now. What do you mean you're watching your health? This is not watching your health. This is you watching yourself eat a ridiculous amount of candy. Possibly. This is him watching his health? He contemplates the 2 bags as if they were bars of gold weighing one in each hand. Like one bag of candy more or less changes anything here. This is already a disgusting amount of sugar. My thoughts are interrupted as I feel the weight in my own arms increase. An additional 2 bags placed into the pile I'm carrying. You know, you're right. I'll just get both. He changed his mind way too fast. I couldn't bear to leave one behind. What if at 3 a.m. I have a sudden craving for gummy whales? The chewy top and soft base make for such a perfect combination of texture and flavor, but they lack the overall variety of multicolored gummy frogs. The tang of citrus gummies are best to be had in the mornings, after all. That's his concern. Who even eats candy at 3 a.m. if they're watching their health? It'll be safer this way. Great. I feel like that's the smile of, hey, I'm dying inside, but I'm just gonna go along with this. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say to this, and so I don't. Instead, I begin to count up the total cost of everything I'm carrying. These would be $3 plus that is $11.50, and what kind of candy are you buying? That's almost $20. Something must show on his face because he points at the pile under the bag of gummy whales in my arms. I'll pay for these ones. It's fine. Great. What was even the point of making me listen to that speech if you're gonna get both and pay for some anyways? I guess I can't complain since I did break his phone. So is that everything? I should probably double check if I actually have the money for even half of this. Looks over the candy aisle once more. That should do for now. He's like, I got all the good ones. And he has this coffee in his hands. He glances at me briefly as he passes ahead to the checkout desk. Ah, for me to eat this afternoon, that is. He's just gonna eat all of that in one afternoon. Don't worry, you'll be completely debt-free once you paid for these. He elaborates as though in response to my thoughts. Well, it's better than him just not elaborating and leaving. Wait. I pause for a moment. You're planning to eat all of these at once? Somehow it's the least important piece of information revealed in this exchange that turned out to be the most shocking. Pausing, he looks back at me. Yeah, why not? He responds plainly as though this was completely normal. You're gonna make yourself so sick. It'll be fine, this is pretty normal for me. This is normal to him. Before I can ask any more questions, he once again turns that to the cashier. I quickly moved up to catch him, soon placing the absurd amount of candy onto the counter. The woman at the cash register raises an eyebrow as Hen quickly picks up a few of the packets he said he'd be paying for. She's paying for all but these ones. He gestures towards me loosely as I begin to pull out my wallet. The woman glances from me to Hen, her gaze lingering on him for a good few moments before she begins to scan the items. Hen simply continues to smile as though nothing is strange here. Just, you know, enough sugar to kill a person. That'll be $11.35. Would you like a bag? Turning my attention to the cash register, I find the woman giving me a patient smile. Yes, please. Remembering what I was doing, I resumed digging out the cash from my wallet. So, Hen begins to speak, but is immediately cut off. No, you're not getting a discount on this. She knew what he was going to say. Seems like they know each other. My questions are given no answers as the woman doesn't even spare him a glance as she continues bagging the candy. Hen doesn't seem to pursue the matter. Having finally freed the remainder of my coins from the recesses of my wallet, I hand the woman the money. Thank you. She counts the change and gives me another smile. She hands me the bag before returning to Hen. I stand by the counter as I wait for him to complete his purchase, which appears to be a quick affair without any further bartering exchanged. Okay, let's go. And gives me a short expected glance before beginning to head outside. Have a nice day. Thanks. Tearing my glaze from the cashier, I slowly begin to follow Hen outside. Stopping as I find him standing next to the entrance, I hold out the bag of candy. Takes from me, placing his pile of gummies inside. So, what now? Well, you said this would be enough to make up the phone, right? I used to rummage for the bag of candy, but you said your phone cost like 5,000, right? And then you said something about a collab. I guess I'm just a bit confused. Kind of assumed he had something more elaborate in his mind. He just shrugs at that. So this is all then. I'm just off the hook just like that. Pretty much. Well, that was easy. Well, I should get going now. Okay then. I guess I shouldn't argue with him for letting me off so lightly. See ya. He raises a hand in a farewell gesture, then turns to leave without so much as a second glance. Bye. And so I am all of a sudden left standing alone in the streets. Well, that was an unexpected adventure. What a weirdo. But I guess he wasn't as bad as I thought. What to do now? Look up at the slowly darkening sky. Looks like it's gonna rain. Maybe I should head home once to try out. But I wonder if that was really Fane back at the job fair. Even if all that had just unfolded the earlier encounter, had never quite slipped my mind. Looking back, I could really no longer say for sure it wasn't just a complete stranger, let alone why I felt so compelled to drop everything and run after him. Okay, so can I do both? I can talk to him and him. I'll just go look for Fane. That in mind, I began making my way back towards the job fair. The walk wasn't too far as the store was just down the street from the venue, but I still ended up getting caught in the rain. I really wanted to do a lot of the content, but I'm not sure how to do all the content here. I'm like, should I have just chased after him right away? Like, or should I have just gone home and then did another playthrough and then go for him? I don't know. If Fane's not here, I should head straight home. Don't want to get in trouble for being out late. Looking around, the hall is fairly empty at this point, so it's easy to see across the expanse of space. Unfortunately, no sign of him. Maybe I should ask one of the booth staff if they saw anyone matching his description. Besides the blue hair, I don't exactly remember that many details, though. I'll just look around a bit more for now, just in case I missed something. Well, it doesn't seem like he's here anymore. After circling the auditorium hall 3 times, asking multiple staff around the hall and booths, and even a few straggler attendees, it's the only conclusion I can reach at this point. Even if it was even him to begin with. Should have just gone home. At this point, I'm not even sure why I'm looking. Even if it was him and I did somehow find him, what then? What do I even want from him? He probably wouldn't even remember me. And even if he does, it's not like I have the time to be friends with him again. I barely have the time for myself at this point. This is so stupid. This is now beginning to turn to head home, however, a nearby display catches my eye. Wait, this is... Without even realizing, I began walking towards the booth in question. Guildstein Community College Student Photography Exhibit. Across one of the full wall of the auditorium, there are just over a dozen or so pictures lined up in a row, displaying the name of the respective student photographer just beneath them. It's almost easy to mistake how small the classes here actually are with the picture blown up, taking up a lot more space than a normal photograph. I remember this. Back when I was considering where to study, my parents took me to see one of these. Though I did end up going somewhere better, so I haven't seen this in years. Can't believe they're still running these. How nostalgic. I was so focused on my job search earlier that I must have overlooked it. Let me pull out my phone to check the time. I'm already late, so taking a little peek around can't hurt, right? Be able to stay a little bit longer. Oh, not bad at all. It's a lot easier now to navigate from one image to the next now without the lack of crowds. There's time to check each name carefully before taking a look at their work. This one's pretty good too. On the far side of the wall, there's a sign that said the exhibit's overall theme was Corners of Daily Life. But the theme doesn't seem too strict because there's actually a variety of photo subjects here. Even then, each picture has its own charm with edges of talent and novice mistakes scattered in between. Let's see here. And this one's by Ernest Pickle. I was slightly to squint at the name, making sure I read it correctly. The strip of paper still reads as Ernest Pickle. I feel bad for judging a name, but what kind of name is that? Could it be an online handle, maybe? Whatever, let's see what this Ernest Pickle can do. Whoa. The picture staring back at me is an incredibly simple one, and one that's very on theme, with it being exactly the theme itself, depicting a cracked corner of the room. Little motes of dust and debris are the only other visible details in the photo, but somehow... Aha, a little on the nose there. But that use of lighting is so interesting. Among the pictures here, this one has the most unique lighting of the bunch. Whether that's a good or bad thing, though. Either way, this person has potential. I'm kind of jealous. I bet it's going to be Fane. I feel like that's probably like just like a handle that he uses. Just something that doesn't point to him too, obviously. Take out my phone and snap a picture for reference. This makes me miss being a student. Things were so much easier back then. Everyone had the same goal and drive, and it was easy to forget a passion for photography work is the norm. I guess we'll have to grow up at some point. Hopefully these students enjoy it while they can. I looked down at my phone to check the time once more. Crap, it's already 6:30. If Mom's still there, she's not going to be happy. If I hurry now, I can still make it before dark at least. Maybe if I run. So I began making my way to the building exit, and from there out onto the rainy streets. The walk back home was relatively short and an uneventful one. Soon enough, I am standing at the entrance of my parents' house, quietly contemplating how to delicately explain my complete lack of success of the job fair to them. Guess no matter what, they'll find out sooner or later. Might as well just bite the bullet and get it over with. Turning the key, I push down the door handle. Here goes. Walking in, I quietly close the door behind me, taking out my shoes before proceeding to walk down the now rather dim hall. I hear the muffled sounds of the TV coming from the living room. Guess I must have already eaten. Quietly opening the door, I peek into the room to see if my father is still sitting at the sofa, watching what appears to be the news. Tadaima. Oh yeah, this is in Japanese. I shouldn't say that. This is probably Korean or something else, but it's not probably Japanese, so looks at me curiously. You're back late. Yeah, sorry about that. I got held up a bit. Better not tell him about Hen. Seems like it. You're soaked, though. So how'd it go? Find anything? Not really. It wasn't what they were looking for, I guess. I see. He pauses. He looks at me, seeming to consider his next words carefully before finally relenting with a short sigh. That's okay. We can talk about this tomorrow morning when your mother's back from her shift. Get some rest for now. You look tired. Make sure to take a warm shower or dry off completely before you catch a cold. Alright. I will. Pull the door shut slowly. Good night. Night, sweetie. Well, that went better than I thought for now. I don't know. She's right to fear her mom over her dad. Make my way to my room, dumping my jacket and bag next to the door before collapsing onto my bed. Oh, I like her kind of undershirt she's wearing too. I will say Korean fashion style, at least from what I've seen in Korean drama, is like so good. It's like absolutely incredible. I wish I had that kind of, I don't even know what you would call that. That fashion sense, right? I don't have that. I just wear my polos. I enjoy my polos. Wonder what mom and dad will say tomorrow. Told them I'd try my best to get a job, but look at me. All I got out of today was a load of mean comments and some guy asking me to work for exposure. Maybe that one booth guy was right. Maybe my portfolio is just bland or something. So depressing. Come on, think happy thoughts. I'll just have to work on making my portfolio even better, so they'll have no choice but to hire me next time. Who am I kidding? That's what I tried to tell myself before the job fair, yet today was even more of a disaster than usual. What a day. What a day. Can't believe I forgot to watch where I was going, letting myself run into the king of gummies like that. Not to mention I ended up trashing this guy's phone. Was me buying him candy really enough to make up for that? He seemed so okay with it, though it was kind of difficult to tell if he was being serious. Not that it makes a difference now, I guess I'll probably never see him again. Speaking of which, should definitely let the whole Fane thing go. Wasted a lot of time going back to look for him, but I still found nothing. Was that even him in the first place? He looks so different, and who stays here their whole life? My brain just hurts thinking about it. Oh, maybe I could ask Mom and Dad if they know anything. I don't think they will, but it doesn't hurt to ask. I'll try to finish some uploads tomorrow, too. Maybe send out some more job applications. And we passed out. Chapter 1 end. May Day mini demo end. Okay. I'll probably go through one more ending. How about that? I want to go after Fane and see what happens there with that. But I'm guessing there might be a few more endings I could get. I don't know. Really liking this, though. That was pretty good from what I saw. From what I got to experience, that was pretty good. I'm actually really interested in what's going on here. I would love to play all of them right now. I just don't know. I just don't know if I have time. That took about almost 30 minutes to get through that. So I'm like, I was supposed to be going somewhere soon. So I'll probably do one more. And then if the full game's gonna come out soonish, I'll probably play for the whole thing because I'm really liking this actually. I will say they've done a fantastic job. Just for a little demo. This is just a demo from some person I've never heard of before. So I think it's pretty darn good. Yeah, let's go with April. That's fine. Let's ask her who she is. And who are you again? Excuse me, are you serious? Yes. The one blinks at me slowly, confusion clear on her face. You're the one applying to work at my studio, correct? And you're asking me who I am? It's okay, we're not gonna get the job anyway, so... Might as well try to figure out who she is. It's clearly too late to backtrack, as I'm already hearing snickers and whispers of other people close by. Perhaps I should give you some professional advice. She continues on without waiting for my response. Our studio and many others don't quite consider 3 years of personal social media as experience. To try working more professional gigs first. Please excuse us. What do you think she's doing? She's trying to get professional experience. I hate looking for jobs. It's so stupid. The whole job market is absolutely ridiculously stupid. I don't have time for that BS. The woman clearly dismisses me to speak to another attendee nearby. That's just why I play visual novels. You know, I don't want to deal with all that crap. Rather sit at home and play one of these. Snickers from the surrounding crowd only get louder. Let's try a booth a little bit further away from here next. Oh, so you do photography and social media. Does that mean you know how to use editing software too? Because this option is already changed a lot. So like each of these options is changing a ridiculous amount. So I am going to play for these 2 endings, but if you really like this game, please go play it for yourself, so you can see all the endings, because it helps support the creator, right? Like that's really what I like to do when I make these videos, kind of highlight the game. I mean, obviously I like to play for the whole thing for myself, but ultimately I would love people to go and support the original creator, because that entices them to go do more, and I want to see more. So it's a win-win, I like to feel like, but who knows? That's great. We've been looking for someone like you. Really? You see, our little startup needs to get someone that can take photos, put together a few viral videos. Wait, videos? Maybe make some promotional flyers or postcards, probably set up our websites. So when can you start? You're hiring for a photographer, right? That's right. Maybe I'll get back to you on this one. Yeah, that sounded like they wanted a lot more than just photography. I'd be quite happy to give anyone a chance despite their bland, boring portfolio. After all, our biggest clients all want tasteful, cultured body shots of themselves, and we are a discreet studio. Okay, I think we already read that. Anyone except you. I mean, can I ask why? Forget all the social media nonsense of playing around online for a few years. I saw the commotion you made a few booths over, disrespecting people with passion. If you even want me to consider you, should start figuring out how to get some solid marketable skills or add some culture to your portfolio. There goes that chance. Nothing but rejections. I was told applying at job fairs is supposed to be easy, but that's not true at all. At least email rejections aren't as brutal. It's a waste of time. Okay. I feel like we read some of this already. Where's Fane? That sounds cool, I'm sure you'll be great. Great my butt. Wonder what that boy would think if he saw me today. Would he still think I'm doing great? What a silly thought. Thinking about some kid after all this time, but it's a bit sad. I remember what he said perfectly, but I can't quite remember his name. Start with an F, right? Hopefully we see him again, because I want to chase after him. There he is, there's Fane. Him and his, like, kind of Hawaiian-looking shirt there. Okay, Fane, I'm chasing after you this time, I promise. I'm not gonna waste my time with broken phone, dude. The quiet explanation is lost in the noisy crowd as the sudden flicker of an ultra-familiar face in the distance. Without even realizing, I take a few steps forward. Why is he here? Where's he been? Did he look different? A million questions surface, but there's no time to think about. But before there's time to think about any of them, I'm already running after him. The crowd around me blurs while my focus stays on the spot he last stood. Only the rush I forgot to look where I was going. Oh, well, sorry, we broke your phone again. The man I collide with utters a panic curses. His things clatter to the ground around him. Few startled people nearby also quickly back away, eyeing us with a mixture of surprise and concern. There's no time to worry about this. I have to get up, sweep up my drop portfolio, and ready myself to run some more when... Goodbye, phone-kun. Very broken smartphone. Do I apologize and then run, or do I just run? Let's apologize, because you mean we don't want to be a dick, right? Like, we want to be somewhat nice. I can't deal with this now. I need to find Fame. Looking up from the cracked phone, I catch the stranger's gaze and hesitate for a moment. It's no good. I don't have time for this. I'm sorry. I have to go. I'll come back later. Without looking for a response, I quickly turn to run after Fame once again. Barely evading a few more startled passerbyers, I make my way towards the place where I last spotted him, occasionally catching a glimpse of blue hair. I end up finding myself just outside the venue exit. How is he so slippery? I don't even remember him being athletic at all. I wonder if because we stopped and apologized, we're going to miss him. I'm going to be disappointed if I miss him, because I'm trying to catch up to him here. Despite the fact that I had been running, he seemed to have already vanished in the direction of the park. Finally. Wait, where did he go? The park appears to be empty, or so it seems. Oh, there he is. Until I spot movement beneath a wooden picnic table, as it seems to be a head peeks out over the bench. This dude, is he hiding from us? Why is he just like... Get out of here. Or, no, I mean, get out of there, I should say. Not get out of here. Get out of there. Because I want to talk to you. The voice startles. A short thump can be heard as his head met the underside of the table, wobbling it slightly. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Fastening his head, he seemed to flinch for a moment before attempting to clumsily scramble out from underneath the table. What was he even doing down there? Is he trying to hide? Are you okay? Let's go to help him. Carefully make my way around the table. Perhaps he needs help, but seemingly in response to my advance, the boy hastens to scramble to get his feet. I'm fine. There's an unexpected level of coldness to his tone. Could I have made a mistake? No, I'm sure it has to be him. He even reacted when I said his name. You are Fane, right? That's me. So, his hands and knees covered in dirt, he now stands upright, an uncharacteristically wary look on his face. Well, that's direct. I really should have thought of something to say before talking to him. Maybe he just doesn't know who I am after all these years. Do you remember me? Fame seems to tense up further at my question, and for a moment it looks like he'll answer me. But instead he continues to avoid my gaze as he fiddles nervously with the camera hanging from his neck. Well, this isn't awkward at all. It's me, April, you know, the person you met at photography camp that one summer? We spent the week paired up. Not even a flicker of emotional recognition appears with my words. What do you want? Actually, what do I even want? I scrambled through a crowd for him, so... Laugh it off and make something up. Be honest, you don't know what you want. Let's be honest. I feel like honesty is a good policy, right? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just saw you, and then, well, I just kind of ran after you without thinking, I guess. Seems to study me carefully as I speak. I've been out of town for a while, and I don't really know anyone here anymore, so I guess I thought it'd be nice to talk to you again. But it's okay if you don't want to. Though his posture remains tense, something seems to give in his expression as he looks away once more, his mouth remaining closed in a thin line for a moment. Not that I don't want to, He looked down at his camera nervously for a moment. Maybe he's feeling shy. If you don't want to talk right now, how about giving me your social media, or I guess I could give you mine. He looks back up at me carefully. You don't need to message me or anything. I probably won't have the time to talk much anyways. It'd just be nice not to lose contact again, you know? Well, I guess this probably seems kind of weird to you since you don't remember and all. What am I even saying at this point? I barely even have time for myself, let alone for reviving forgotten friendships. He looks at me thoughtfully. Before he beginning to search his pockets and clumsily digging out a rather beat-up looking smartphone. Hey, at least if we break his, it's not $5,000. Because, you know, I don't know if we could afford even more gummies, let alone to pay back a $5,000 phone. Takes a minute to search for something. Finally, he points the screen at me, a profile page open. Here, I don't know what to do with this. Just a second. Digging out of my phone, I note his profile name. Fane 63501. Right, got it, thanks. He hesitantly pockets his phone again, continuing to awkwardly stare at me for a bit before finally muttering. I'm late for work. Fane raises a single stiff hand in what can only be assumed to be a greeting gesture of sorts. Okay, bye. And without another word, he scrambles off towards the other park entrance. Wow, what was that? Well, whatever it was, it certainly wasn't the Fane I remember. I guess I have his account now, might as well take a peek. Let's see what I have here. Fane 63501. Maybe this profile will tell me why he's being so weird. 5 followers and 1 post. How does he only have 1 post? It's even from 3 years ago, and it has 75,000 likes? Holy crap. Dang, that's a lot, my guy. The numbers are still there no matter how much you look at the post. This makes no sense. He might have just reposted something, right? So it makes even less sense than before. Uh-oh, we're getting hungry. Maybe we should go get some of those gummy whales. Well, it's late. I can think about this later. Should probably get home before socialing anyways. Mom's not going to be happy if I'm late either. Forgot the phone guy. Go back and look for him. Do I want to go back and look for him? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to lead to the same stuff, but we'll see. If it leads to the same thing, I'll just skip it. If not, we'll see a new interaction. I'd only taken a few steps in the direction of home when all of a sudden a thought flashed back into my mind. Wait. Ah, crap, I totally forgot about him. I completely ditched him back there. What was I even thinking? Was I just about to go home, too? Go back from now, I'll probably be super pissed, even if he's still there. Then again, if I just leave, that's not right. Never mind. How awkward would it be if I ran into him again after this? What do I do? Okay, calm down and think. It's not that late, so the job fair is still open for a bit, I think. Might still be there if he's attending one of the evening events. Maybe? I should probably at least try to do the right thing, shouldn't I? Just as I'm contemplating this, I feel a cold drop of rain hit my cheek. Soon a flurry of heavy raindrops follow. Looking up, I find that the sky above has taken on a foreboding shade of gray. Fine. I so don't have time for this, but I also don't think I can just go home after remembering this. So without wasting another moment, I begin running through the rain back towards the building where the job fair is being held. Pause to catch my breath. I should really stop neglecting my workout routine. And my clothes feel damp from the rain. Okay, focus, focus. Having caught my breath, I pull myself up, scanning the space ahead for the man with the broken phone. The venue was fairly empty at this point, so I can easily see across the expanse of the hall, however. Can't see him here. Could he have left already? Well, he's kind of flashy looking, I guess I could. Catching sight of a nearby unoccupied booth, I wander over. Excuse me. I catch a woman's attention. How can I help you? Well, I was looking for someone. I was wondering maybe if you saw him. Let's see. He was tall. Now I think about it, kind of handsome. Describe hair, eyes, clothes. Describe situation which you encountered him since it drew attention. Let's just describe him. He's handsome, you know? He was tall. Now I think about it, he's kind of handsome. Both in his looks and his personality, the whole package of handsome, if you were to ask me. A loud voice from behind interrupts me. I turn around only to come face to face with the exact person I was looking for. Oh, okay. Ran into him, and he heard us calling him handsome. Okay. Of course, if you did ask me, I would entirely agree. Wait, where did he come from? The one's eyes dart between me and the tall man, unsure of what to make of the situation. But he continues onwards without paying her much attention. Now imagine, there I was minding my own business, when the next thing I know, poof, my phone is gone. Its life tragically ended by someone else's hands. Or maybe someone's foot is more accurate in this situation. My very new and very custom, engraved $5,000 phone. And the offender just runs off. Can you believe that, guys? They would just run off. His tone might be mistaken for playful joking under different circumstances. However, the pointed stare he directs at me tells me an entirely different story. He smiles at me and is absolutely not reassuring. For a moment, an awkward silence falls. I awkwardly make eye contact with the woman who asks for help. She continues to smile at me, but is clearly uncomfortable. This is so awkward. We should probably continue this in private. Well, it looks like I found him. Thanks. Leaves. Doesn't elaborate further. Without another word, I quickly turn to leave, soon hearing his footsteps fall behind me. Glance back has him smiling and shrugging at me as though what just happened wasn't entirely his doing. Kind of starting to irritate me. I mean, to be fair, you broke his phone, though, okay? If you're a little uncomfortable, you deserve it. What should I do? A safe distance away from prying ears, I come to a stop as does he. Doesn't look like he's going to help me out and make the first move here, so maybe I should. You realize I was there looking for you, right? Turn to face him. He looks back at me innocently. So I really don't think you had to go and make a scene like that. It was totally uncalled for. Huh? He raises an eyebrow at me skeptically, clearly unimpressed with that response. Okay, I probably did deserve this a little bit since I did run and abandon him like that, but still, this is clearly getting me nowhere. Okay, fine. I came back to apologize about your phone, so I'm sorry about that and running off afterwards. I'd like to make it up to you somehow. And how are you going to do that? How am I going to do that? I hadn't actually thought that far ahead. Maybe I can tell him I'll pay for it when I get more money. I'll pay... Wait. Didn't he also say something earlier about it being worth $5,000? That can't possibly be true, though, can it? Look up to find him smiling at me. Did I mention it was worth $5,000, didn't I? Brand new, customized, engraved. I almost forgot to mention all the work I probably lost by not being able to access my email. I'd love to know what you have in mind. Okay. So, let's see. I think we told him last time that, we weren't going to pay for it. Told him to get lost. It wasn't your fault. I would love to say that, but I don't want to do that. That's just mean. I don't know if this is possible, but I can pay you. I'll just have to wait until I have money. Not interested. What if I find someone to fix your phone for you? No thanks. I don't have anything else to offer. What a pity. Lucky for you, I'm not only handsome, but also quite merciful. I'm sure we'll think of something. Well, looks like I've got to get going now. I'll be in touch. Wait, but how will you contact me? I have my methods. Well, one of them is not a phone, I'll tell you that. Because he doesn't have one anymore. What does that mean? Before I can ask, he's already turned to leave, giving me a small wave. Okay then, I guess. Thoroughly confused, I stand around for a few moments watching him wander off until... Oh crap, what am I doing just standing here? Quickly wrestle my phone from my pocket to check the time. I knew it was already 6:30, I'm going to be totally late now. Quickly began making my way towards the nearest exit. Hope Dad won't be too upset, I should probably move faster. And so I did beginning my journey home. The walk back home is relatively short and an uneventful one. Soon enough, I am standing at the entrance of my parents' house, quietly contemplating how to explain my complete lack of success at the job fair to them. So yeah, I think we've already done that. Still can't believe that was Fane. He acted so different compared to what I remember. Not to mention the hair. And the camera. I thought he barely used phone cameras before, and the one he had was actually a good one. Speaking of which, Mr. Dashing and Handsome, more like Miss Self-Flattery. Sure, I broke his phone and left, but he could have just discussed it normally with me. I don't even want to know what his methods are. Let's just hope I never see him again. Maybe I could ask Mom and Dad if they know anything. I don't think they will, but it doesn't hurt to ask. I'll try to finish my uploads tomorrow too. Maybe send us some more job applications. And we pass out. Chapter 1 and Mayday. That's the same one we got, right? Okay. So I got a little bit of dialogue, and I think I could go a lot further with some of those conversations, maybe get to know them better if I choose the right ones, but I'm just going to end it there. I'm very much enjoying that, though. I will say that. I never really thought of myself as somebody who might enjoy an otome. I just don't feel like it's the target audience for me, but I just like romance. That's all I care about, so... A good romance story, I'll like it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it off there. If you liked what you saw and you want to see the other ones, go play the game, please, because this is really good. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure if you watched all the way to the end, you enjoy it too. So definitely go and support them. Leave a rating on itch.io, because I know that matters for them, and it'll help give them some more traction, and maybe they'll decide to finish the game. So if they finish the game, hopefully I'll be aware of it, and I'll go play it, because... I don't know. I feel like after like an initial release, if they just release a demo on itch.io, I never see the game again. I never see the completed product, and that's kind of unfortunate, right? I would like to play some of these games that I played the demo for, but you know, I just don't know that they finished it, or I don't know what happened to it. So I'm gonna end it here, though, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this game, so I would give it a thumbs up. Like, go play it. It's good. It's just a demo, but you know, hopefully they'll finish it eventually. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.